Right, so I'm going to go underneath her body and I'm going to grab her skin and pull it to the side, on the other side, so this side gets nice and taut, which means that I can easily strip that bit there. What I will say is if you're going to be twisting the skin, you need to just do a few strokes of taking that hair out, letting the skin go so it sits naturally where it's supposed to, and look that you're taking out where you need to and you're not taking too much out. So that's fine, this still needs to come out, so I'm going to go back to holding her. So I'm holding her like this on the other side in a grip, and I'm pulling it down. She's not bothered by it, it's not hurting her. It's my knife gone. Bear with me. Oh, there we go. Sorry, Donna. Let's try that again. So I'm holding her skin taut and I'm just going in this area here. Donna, stand. This will take me into the rib cage, down by that tuck-up area to give her shape. Be careful when you're doing this that you don't actually end up gripping one of the nipples and hurting those. Easily done, especially if it's a thick coated or they've had a season and their nipples are big. Like so. When it comes to doing this bit round here, what I do is I chalk. I'm going to put some chalk on my fingers as well. And again, holding the skin tight, I'm going to go in and just take a few at a time. Like so. Skin nice and tight. She won't thank me for it if I pull it and it hurts her. Like so. Then again, just brush it over and you can see the difference in that already. Okay, so I'm going to go along and do that. When it comes to the tuck-up area, because you've got this extra bit of fluffy skin here, what I'm going to do is with one hand I'm going to pull that skin down and I'm going to hold it tight as if you were going to be doing the ears. If you hold that tight, almost roll it slightly. Okay, I'm going to put some more chalk in that area there, chalk on my finger and thumb, and then as we did here, I'm going to do the same here. So she's not that keen on it, it isn't as nice, but you just need to be taking a little bit out at a time. Good girl, Donna. Good girl, Donna. I know, Donna. Good girl. Good girl, Donna. Good girl, Donna. So literally a few strands at a time. Okay, you can see it's not the pleasant thing for them, especially when they're this long. So I'm holding that really tight as I can to stop it from moving, and the hair I'm actually anchoring down so that I can just pull a few strands at a time. Good girl, Donna. Good girl. We'll do that again. What you want to be doing is making sure you're not pulling the strands of hair from underneath. This area here we clip out. I clip this purely because it's going to be so tender around that groin area. You can't see it. It makes no real difference anyway. So just make sure when you're doing this tuck-up area, perhaps do this first, or make sure that you're pulling the right hair as you're doing it. Okay, so a little at a time, nice and tight, and just pull a few hairs out. Having that chalk on your finger and thumb is going to make it so much easier for you to actually grab a few. Good girl. I'm going to take that nice and tight, and then if we can just have a look, Donna. Donna, stand. Donna, stand. And if I brush those aside, you can see the gap that we made. So the idea now is to clip that bit out here and then carry on stripping these little bits here. When I go underneath the body, I use a 7F. I'm going to pull this up and I'm just going to hold them out there and just go very carefully under the groin. Not on this bit because this bit needs to come out. Literally just like so. So now if we push that forward, you can see the bits now, this bit here is safe to come out. So I'm not that tight. I know, Donna, you don't like it, do you? With a bit of chalk on my finger and thumb. Do this, I would do a little bit of this over a few days. Make this one of the last things you do when you groom, and in that way you don't have to do all of it in one go, and just do a little bit over a few days so that it's more comfortable for her. You can see that? All right, Donna. There we go. Good girl. Let's do a bit here. I wouldn't advise you going around this bit here with any scissors or clippers unless you're really experienced and really confident with it. I'll tell you why, because this is so wafer thin here. If you were to go in with your clippers and go shh, and then hit into that skin, it's going to end up that it tear, and you'll probably end up having to have stitches. In fact, each time then she moves, this is going to reopen, so you're going to have a veterinary visit. Same with the scissors, you don't want to be snipping into that, because that's going to bleed like anything and it will be sore. It's the same as you do when you do the elbow, the armpit I should say. This bit here, I do use the same technique as I do here to here. Or if they are being pets, I mean she's stripped because she's show, so I do strip this bit. If they're a pet and they really don't like it, then I will go along the very edge of the skin, not into the top of the coat, but this very end bit here with my little trimmers, my detail trimmers, so that there is done and dusted. But again, you need to be so careful because this is very delicate, and obviously if you catch it, each time that they move it's going to open up, so it's going to take a while to heal. All right, the same as when you're coming down to go along and you're doing the nipples. We're doing exactly the same technique as we've done here. Hold the hair and pull, just glide it down. Okay, stand still. Just mind the nipples, so get your thumb and finger, your finger I should say, in front of that nipple. Hold that really tight, and then with a bit more chalk on your finger and thumb, take a few, and I mean a few hairs at a time. This is going to take time, but once it's done, it is worth doing. Do a little bit at a time. That's going to take a little while to do, but you'll get there. Okay, so you can see the difference there. You see just in front of that nipple, if I just do those little bits there now, and then I can give her a rest from this and come back to it. Even as a show dog, she needs to have the rest from it. Stay still. She's used to it, but not used to it being so long coated at the moment. Good girl. Look at that there. I'm going to brush that hair, and there you can see I've taken it out here, here, and in and here. So now I need to carry along and do all of that area there, and then that'll be nice and tight, and you can start seeing her having her shape.